would be as well. Simply the right thing to do. Story 69. Yes, I have always agreed to this. I am deceased. Let someone else use them to stay alive. The only reason to decline is if you intend to donate your body to science. Story 70. My dad died waiting for a lung transplant 35 years ago. He was 44 years old. In a twist of fate, at about the same age he died, I was diagnosed with the same terminal disease. After suffering from the disease for years, I was very sick and out of options. Then a miracle happened. A selfless person and his family donated his perfect lungs. They were transplanted into my body, which has accepted them as my own. That was nearly 7 years ago. Story 71. My family is involved in organ donation in many ways. Both my sister-in-law and my father-in-law were able to be donors when they passed away unexpectedly. I received a heart transplant 16 years ago. Story 72. I wish I could, but I am ineligible. My blood is dangerous for normal people. Organs would have the same condition. Story 73. I am an organ donor. When I am dead, I do not care what organs they take. I'm not using them anymore. If they are in good working order and someone else will benefit from them, take them. It will not bother me. Story 74. I always felt strongly in favor of it. When my mother passed, her eyes were donated. I'm not sure who received them, but maybe one day we will lock eyes again. Even if not, it makes me feel hopeful knowing she was able to help someone. Story 75. I have checked my license. When I am gone, I will not need my organs anymore. If my organs can save someone else so they can live on, then my role on Earth is complete. Story 76. I would not be alive without my wife's kidney. My life is significantly better since my transplant. I support organ donation. Story 77. I am currently considering liver donation. It will likely be late this year. I must admit I am scared of it. There is a real possibility of death, but I will probably go through with it anyway. Story 78. I signed up without giving it much thought. I simply completed the forms online and it was done. I won't need them once I am gone anyway. Story 79. I have been an organ donor since I received my driver's license. When I die, I intend to be cremated. And if I have any willing relatives, I would like my ashes scattered in the ocean. If I can help people live longer, better lives, that would be amazing. I cannot have children, so the thought of a part of me living on, even if just for a few years, is a positive one. Story 80. My baby brother came early due to stomach trauma to our mom. His little body wasn't ready, so he lived for less than an hour. His heart was healthy, so our mom made the decision to help another baby. I like to think that there is still a piece of my baby brother in the world. I don't know if my organs will be any good when I'm done with them, but if they are, I hope they use every bit of me they can. Story 81. Well, I currently need a kidney, so I feel pretty good about it. But will I donate mine? I'm not sure they will accept it due to my autoimmune disease, honestly. Story 82. I have done it. I donated a kidney a couple of years ago. I am doing fine, and it is the best feeling to see the recipient so much improved. After I die, I am happy to give the rest of my usable parts away. Story 83. My grandma needed a heart transplant in 1989. She received a donor heart but never woke up after the surgery. I wasn't old enough to know or remember this at the time, but I now see it as an incredible gift that she was given a second chance, even though it didn't work out. I am a registered organ donor. If the conditions allow it when I die, anything that can be donated may be taken. Story 84. Having worked in a dialysis unit, I support organ donation. There is a severe shortage of organs, and individuals in need face long waits and extensive testing before receiving one. Story 85. I did at one point, but I removed myself from the donor registry. I would also refuse any donations, including blood. My beliefs are now different, and I would need to write much more than anyone would care to read to explain why and how. Story 86. My whole body is in such poor condition that I have decided to donate it to a medical school when I pass away. I can just imagine a couple of first-year students examining and marveling at the anomalies. It is the only way I will ever get into Harvard. Story 87. I support organ donation and wish it were an opt-out program in the United States. Even if you are a donor, let your family know your wishes. Story 88. I think it is a great thing. I personally cannot donate because of health issues. I probably could not receive a donated organ due to other health issues. Story 89. My body is just a spacesuit. If it malfunctions, I will let others whose suits can be repaired have the spare parts so they can continue with whatever we are supposed to be doing here. Story 90. I have been an organ donor since I obtained my driver's license. I don't give it much thought. It won't matter to me, but it could make a difference for someone else. Story 91. I feel called to do it, but I had to think twice when I overheard a doctor saying that it's not worth trying to save a patient because multiple other people could benefit from the patient's organs. When it comes to my life, I want every effort made to save it, and I will not provide any incentive for doctors to even consider otherwise. So I need to talk to an attorney to see about drafting a legal document that will reveal my status as a donor immediately after I die, but not before. Story 92. I fully support it. When my brother passed away in 2005, he was an organ donor. Both his corneas and skin grafts were used. A part of him lives on. He was a caring and generous man in life, and he continued to give even after death. Story 93. If someone else can use my organs after I am no longer using them, more power to them. Take whatever can be used because I will be deceased. Story 94. My sister saved my life 26 years ago with a kidney. There is no valid reason, perhaps religious, not to be an organ donor. In most cases, the presumption is that you won't be around to need your organs anymore. In tragic circumstances, it is a way to turn a negative into a positive. Story 95. I am listed as an organ donor. When I am gone, I will not need them, and I lose nothing by having them taken. I am not religious, and all of it will just be taken by the insects that consume my body. It might as well be given to someone who is still fighting to live. I know there is a lot of fear around the idea of organs being taken while still alive or prematurely without full confirmation of death, but I believe that is very unlikely and it does not bother me. Additionally, if something that extreme were to happen to me, given how uneventful and unhealthy my body generally is, I would be willing to just let it happen and accept my fate. Story 96. I have no allergies, no chronic issues, and no food sensitivities. Physically, I have been fortunate to live an incredibly easy life. I spend a lot of time maintaining that by exercising and cooking healthy meals. One day, I was struck by a drunk driver. I died on the spot, but everything was still functioning normally. My options are 1. Be buried in a coffin. 2. Be cremated with my ashes scattered. Or 3. Be partially cremated, donating my usable organs to those who are not as fortunate as I have been. If I choose option 3, my family can still scatter my ashes, and another family or multiple families will not have to deal with spreading any of theirs. The choice is clear for me. Story 97. I have had it on my driver's license since my teens.